friends, this is the Cryptonian. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate your viewership, appreciate your time. Taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently at 37,701. And we can see that momentum has started to slow down a little bit. But before we get into the charts, let's take a look at the broader crypto market. We can see that Bitcoin is still up 1.6% for the week, but very flat for the 24-hour period. And Ethereum is down about 1.1% for the week and flat for the 24-hour period as well. So although Bitcoin and Ethereum have lost momentum, the rest of the market is somewhat mixed. We do have Solana up 4.3% for the week, down 1.2% for the 24-hour period. So you can see that the altcoin market, they expected some type of a big move this week. And because there was not a big move, you can see that some profit taking is taking place. Some of these coins are coming down. Dogecoin up 10% for the week. That's very nice. 3% for the 24-hour period. So Dogecoin finally moving there. Polkadot finally moving 6.3% for the week, 5% for the 24-hour period. And so, but the majority of the market is somewhat mixed. You can see a mixture of red and green. And Cosmos Hub, Atom up 6% for the week. However, Lido DAO down almost 7% for the week. Thorchain up 15% for the week, which is very big, and near 4% for the week. Mantle MNT 6% for the week. And then we have BitTensor up 15% for the week. Injective putting in a big week at 20%. And Render up 5.8% for the week, as well as Theta 10% for the week. So, and then the rest of them are pretty much negative or going sideways. Immutable X down 11% for the week. So that being said, we need to really be careful here. I think that Bitcoin, like I said, is losing momentum. I've said that for a few videos now. And we can see that we still have not reclaimed that $38,000 level. That being said, we can see that the actual move actually stopped here. This is where the momentum indicator that I created turned yellow. The line turned yellow here and then started to decline, right? And so we had a loss of momentum from this point forward. And this pretty much is just sideways consolidation, right? Sideways consolidation sets in right about in this area. Now, that being said, we are seeing a small change in the line, and that is it's blue. We can see that here. There's a little bit of blue showing up. So that is that potential move past $38,000. Now, we need to be very careful here. Could we go higher? Yes, we could go higher. And I've said in previous videos that 42,000 would be the next resistance, heavy resistance area. But if we did move higher, we do have a trend line right up here. This trend line would bring us to about, let's see, 37,800, 38,000 maybe. Let's see here. That would bring us to about, okay, I'm sorry, 39,500. So we would most likely see some type of resistance and then have a pullback from there. Right now, what we're really seeing is just a slow grind to the upside. And when we take a look at the Heikin-Ashi, or actually let me move back a little bit here. When we take a look at the structure of the chart, we can see that we are running into overextended RSI levels. This is on the daily. We see that we've been hitting that for some time, as we did hit this for some time over here, those red dots showing extended RSI levels. And what happened? Well, we had a pullback. We went up and had another pullback. And so we went into a correction after that. That being said, could we go into a correction here? It's very, very possible. Now, what is very important to notice is when we go to the Heikinashis, right, which is the average, more of an average candle. That's what Heikinashi means in Japanese, average candle. We can see here that, hold on, let me get my marker out. We can see here that on the Heikinashi candlesticks, we hit those red dots, overextended RSI levels, on every push higher. And then that created a correction to the downside after that, right? We went a little bit higher here, and then we had a significant correction coming down. And so could this be the same thing? Well, you know, most likely it is. Most likely it is. The market is waiting for the ETF approvals, and when the ETF gets approved, then this potentially could be a sell the news event, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. That is a common saying in the markets, and so we need to be careful. I would not be entering any positions here. That's just me, not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but it would be pretty risky to do so at this point. If you're not in the market, then it's best to wait for some type of a significant pullback. And again, like I said, as every time on the Heikinashi chart we hit those overextended RSI levels, there was a pullback, or at least a mild pullback with some kind of consolidation. The pullback usually was into the lower moving averages, and so that would put us probably between $32,000, $33,000, and even the 200 at $30,000. Now, I would think that there would be a lot of buying in this area, and probably wouldn't even reach that area because of all the buying. So to me, I think we probably would come down no less than about 31,500, which would be the 0.5 Fibonacci moving average, or excuse me, not moving average, but 0.5 Fibonacci level. And then that would bring us to the 100 moving average here on the daily. That being said, we can see that there could be a momentum move starting. And if we push higher above 38 with volume and momentum, we could even probably see that $39,000 to $40,000 level, maybe 41,000, maybe over time. And then that would bring a new cycle of momentum in the market, and that would be shown on our volatility meter or mod indicator down here. So that being said, it's important to be careful here, and I would really like to see a pullback. That's just me, but I'm in the market, not in a big way. I'm waiting for the market to cool off and have a lower, or excuse me, a higher low, and then of course I would add to my positions that I already have and take advantage of that dip, and I would be buying that dip. RSI 66 is strong, it's bullish, and the price cycle is showing 96, and so that tells us that we're at the top of the range here. And EMA trend is bullish, and that's because price is currently above all of the EMAs, the significant EMAs, but we do see a little bit of distribution, a little bit of selling here, and so we have to be careful. But that's really not anything significant. Although we see a little bit of distribution, a little bit of selling, we are still at 97. So that selling is just starting to occur here on the daily chart. So that being said, we need to be careful here. Could we go higher? Yes, 39, 40,000, a little bit higher. But in my opinion, the risk outweighs the reward. And I think the Heikinashi chart pretty much says it all, that as soon as we hit these levels, we could see, or we have seen in the past and could see, there's a high probability of us having some kind of a significant correction from here to the downside. Okay. So that being said, I'm waiting for the dip. I will be buying the dip, and I'm bullish on the dip. And that reminds me that Michael Saylor is also bullish. MicroStrategy has bought another 600 million in Bitcoin, which is significant. And it could be that Mike Saylor is purchasing at these levels because, well, he is not a great he's not a great buyer. He doesn't he quite often buys the top of cycles, and he doesn't really pay attention to prices. So that being said, he's still doing well. I think he's over $1 billion in profit. So that's, it's whatever he's doing is working for him. And that's just because Bitcoin has been going up over 100% since the bottom at 17,000. So here's another article that says Bitcoin eyes best November since 2020. So we've had a great November. Is December going to be great as well? Well, again, I think we could probably only go maybe a little bit higher here, 39, 40, 41, maybe 42. But another chart we need to take a look at, and I've said before, or reminded everyone before in my previous episodes, previous videos, is that look at this on the weekly, and you don't see this very often. On the weekly, we're seeing overextended levels on the RSI. The RSI is 78 on the weekly. Now that shows a lot of strength, but that also shows prices are elevated, and now is really not the best time to buy, because if you buy now, there is a significant risk, as you have seen on the chart, of a pullback. Usually when we move above a significant moving average, then the price tends to come back to that moving average and use it as support. On the weekly, that 100 moving average is right around 31,600, and that 31,600 really does match with this 0.5 Fibonacci level here. So this would be a really big level of interest, and that's a very possible pullback support area. Again, no guarantees. We have to wait and see what happens. But I think this week momentum is leaving the market, at least for this week. We could see some type of a attempted rally over the weekend. Asia really has been the buyers here. Asia has been buying this and pushing this higher and aggressively trading this on short time frames. Asia really is the market that has been interested in buying here. And the reason is we can see a lot of large players buying here. And the reason is that in this area, you're not seeing selling. So it's almost difficult. It's so difficult to get in. But once you get up to this level, there's a lot of profit taking, and those large players can then buy in and get the quantity of Bitcoin that they need, right? So anyway, that being said, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time. Please remember, click the like on the video if you appreciate this information. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe and join us on this crypto journey together. I think 2024 is going to be a great year, and we will see you in the next video.